What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first ever Madden rebuild on the channel here on the Sideline Journal. This is something that I love to do in my free time all the time is, rebuild teams in Madden, do it realistically. And I feel like a lot of people in this space, when they go and get on Madden, they just kind of do what they want to do to have fun with the game. And for me, having fun with it is I like to try to build it how I think that the team should build it, because my number one job I'd ever want to have in my life is to be an NFL GM for a football team. And my favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys, and so I constantly am always in here rebuilding the Dallas Cowboys, and with NFL draft content, with us over on the channel with the War Room podcast and all the things that we're doing, I thought I might as well try out recording one of these suckers of what I do for fun. And so what I have here is actually, we've taken over our War Room player grade. I'll kind of link that in the description of how we grade these players, but we actually have the model able to translate over into the game, and inside of the game with the model, we have their kind of how we have the board graded out for the draft board. And for the Dallas Cowboys, kind of the first round draft, what I did is, they have the 12th and 20th overall pick. And inside of the mock, and this one for some reason, Sonny Styles fell to us at 12. And that's the number one need for this team that we need. So we went Sonny Styles right there at 12. Mike linebacker, he comes out about 80 overall. Great speed. He's got to work on his zone coverage. Then, at 20, we pulled off a trade with the Seahawks where they sent up 31 and 23, and we bumped it down to where, okay, we took Jennings Dunker. He's my fourth tackle in the class. A lot of people think that he's an interior offensive lineman. I think specifically for what the Cowboys do of their West Coast style scheme, he's going to be able to fit right in, and he'd be able to start day one at tackle. Terrence Steele is awful. He also is awful inside of Madden, and so I took the opportunity to release him and his cap hit and slide in Jennings Dunker. Then in the second round, Brandon Cisse, for me, he's somebody that I still have a really high projection for. I think that he has a lot of good physical traits. He's very technically raw in the class out of South Carolina. I really think that he'll start being in play towards the top of the second round, bottom of the first round. Inside of, Madden, he fell down to the second pick, or the second round. Then we got Malachi Lawrence here, edge rusher out of UCF. He's in real life. He's a very interesting prospect. You don't know if he's going to be an off-ball linebacker, if he's going to be an edge rusher. What is he actually going to be? In here, he's a nice profiled edge rusher, good athletic physical tools. And then Jeremy Bernard fell to us in the third round. This is the third round pick that they got from the Osa Digizua trade, and he's just a steady Eddie, man. He doesn't really fly off tape, but everything he does is consistent, which is exactly what I think the Cowboys need, is a receiver that can consistently come in and give them about 400 to 600 receiving yards, that wide receiver 3 type of role, like Vontae Turpin, just be a playmaker. That's what we got here with Jeremy Bernard. Here in the fourth round, we got somebody that I'm way higher on. I think he's a top 50 player in the class, but inside of Madden, he fell to the fourth round. We got Michael Trigg. Y'all, his highlight tape is insane. The contested catches that he makes consistently. Plus, for me, back in my background as a college football coach, a lot of the people that I worked with out at Southwestern Oklahoma State, they were a part of the staffs that recruited him to Texas State and eventually to Baylor. And the dude's story's cool, but he's an athletic demon and a freak. Converted wide receiver, turned tight end, blows up at Baylor. I really think he could have a high floor. And then kind of in the later rounds, I took some shots for the Cowboys. I took this big freak, Xavier Harris, out of Ole Miss. He's like 6'2", 340 in real life. And then the ultimate lottery pick of any offensive lineman in the class, Markel Bell, 6'9", 380, ran that 5'3", 40, the combine. And then we also have Jaden Nahat here to kind of round it out. So that's the draft class we did for the Cowboys. Over here, what I've done is I've kind of built the Cowboys roster out with their moves that they made during the offseason. So, over here at free safety, we got PJ Locke and we got Jalen Thompson over here. And then also the cornerback room, we went and got Kobe Durant and Darion Kendrick as well. And then kind of over at defensive tackle, we went and got Otita Okabanyu, and I know I just butchered that name. But then we also got, Tyrus Wheat. We made that trade for Rashawn Gary. And so, we kind of built out the Cowboys of what they've made in the 2026 offseason. I mean, the theme of, what they did is they went all in this year. All their trades, the way that the cap hits shake up, they've they've depleted a lot of their draft capital going into the 2027 season. They're really cap strapped because obviously you got Dak Prescott on the books here. So it's going to be a really interesting time for the Cowboys. And I think it just shapes up again for a team that what they're doing is they want to go all in. So we'll go ahead and jump forward here. But I mean, I'm excited as a Cowboys fan to kind of see how it all shakes out because, I mean, kind of just looking at their lineup here, right? What's not to like? We got Dak Prescott, X Factor, George Pickens, X Factor, CeeDee Lamb, X Factor, and I think they'll go where they can go. The offensive line here provides a really, really safe floor. Man, I cut Terrence Steele's butt. Oh, I guess I haven't yet. Here, y'all watch this in real time. Bye. Awful, awful, awful player. Hate him. Absolutely terrible. Anyways, here we got, the offensive line. I mean, they've hit on their offensive line picks in the interior. Tyler Guyton's got to come along. Jennings Dunker's sitting right there. You got Jake Ferguson. We now have Michael Trigg in the mix. And I mean, the offense is not the question. It was the defense. And well, what the defense did that's going to give you a lot of hope is they went out and they got Christian Parker to come bring in a 3-4 style scheme. And so the playbook I have in here is the New England Patriots playbook. It's the closest thing that I could really find that I think is going to capture what they do on defense, which is going to be that multiple. They're going to present 3-4 and nickel dime packages. They'll show more 4-3 elements, but what they're going to allow to do is they're really going to hone up against the run. And so, we kind of have the roster set out that way for now, where they're going to have a lot of mix and match in the back end with their safeties, but really where the magic happens is in the specialist room, right? Of like, well, who's going to be playing nose tackle? And to me, I think that's why they still have Kenny Clark, is Kenny Clark's going to be, leading the charge there at nose tackle. And then they've got Ezra Raku and Rashawn Gary. We go get Malachi Lawrence. We have Sam Williams back and Tyrus Wheat. We get the rotation going in the edge room. And then we have Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark here. So, I mean, overall, what we've got here is we've got a team that I think is dialed up and ready to go. Now, what we're going to fix here is this gadget. It's always going to be Devontae Turpin, absolute playmaker. Slot receiver, this is what you'll find in Madden Rebuild people. They'll just go best overall, but that should be CeeDee Lamb. Anybody that watches the Cowboys team, what they know, you and I know, is that CeeDee Lamb eats out of the slot. So we're going to go fix that real quick and go get CeeDee Lamb in his spot. And then we're going to have Devontae Turpin as our second slot receiver. Now, I always like to keep an eye and peek on what they do with this slot corner, because that's where you can maybe try to start getting your best DBs on the field, where it's like, okay, these two safeties are playing, but is your third safety ever going to get on the field for slot cornerback? And right now, our cornerback room, I think PJ Locke's better in real life than maybe what his Madden rating's saying, but for this, we'll leave it at Darian Kendrick. But yeah, that's the team. And so, I mean, now it's going to be like, well, how do they shake out in the season? So go ahead and sit ahead here. And I mean, my favorite part's always when you get to just sit here and develop the players. I don't know if y'all are sickos like me, but that's exactly what I like to do. Choose the draft class. We'll keep those auto-generated rookies, because any draft class for the 2027 draft class, even though it's juiced, man, I mean, you're just picking at straws if you're trying to do that right now. You're not gonna have anything pretty accurate. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I actually have a decent draft class of 2027. Yeah, I do. Tell you what, this isn't anything that I've done with the War Room player grading skill or anything, but I think this gives us our, big guys like your Julian Salen, Jeremiah Loves of the world, Cam Coleman. It's really loaded at wide receiver, so we'll go with that class. Why not? That'll be a little fun. But yeah, so I'm going to jump forward, and y'all are going to see us at kind of the midway point of the season. So here we are at the midway point of the season, and in classic Cowboys fashion, we are 4-3, 7 games into the season. Here, it's kind of funny, we got the Battle of Texas set up on Monday Night Football, but let's look at how the team's doing. And It looks like all the moves and all the things that we did on defense doesn't really matter. We're still crushing it on offense and playing terrible on defense. Let's take a little peek at the stats. Dak Prescott's doing Dak Prescott things. Third in the NFL in passing yards, second in TDs, third in passer rating. Always with the Cowboys playbook, I hate it, but they never hand the football off like they do in real life. Looks like George Pickens is eating as well. I mean, look at that touchdown interception ratio. That is nicey. Javonte Williams doing Javonte Williams things, getting you about 4 yards per carry. Receiving yard wise, man, CD Lamb, Devontae Turpin outgaining CD Lamb in receiving yards. We're gonna have to do some stat boosting there to fix some of that. Defensive wise, we got Demarion Overshown leading in tackles. Rookie Sonny Styles coming up. Sack wise, that's where we really gotta grow. We are not getting anything off the edge out of Ezraku or Demarvion Overshown, and then same old with the rest of it. But I mean, that's good stats so far. What I think I'm gonna do is do a little stat boost game, if you know what I'm saying here, and we're gonna jump in a little bit and play the moment here and see what we can do. But I mean, the Dallas Cowboys 2026 season, I mean, really, it's gonna be kind of a transition point for them. I mean, for all their offseason moves, the age of Dak Prescott, the age of CeeDee Lamb, the amount of money they've got, the age of Jerry Jones, I just really look at it as like, if it's not now, it's never gonna happen, right? Ooh, that stadium noise is loud. I'll turn that down a little bit. I'll just go a little. Yeah. See how that sounds? Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, and so I mean, like the Cowboys, with the way things are at with them, right? I mean, they ultimately they're going to be defined by what they do come playoff time, if they can even make the playoffs. Brian Schottenheimer, year two, he did some really good things to the offense, but I mean, the defense was historically bad, and it had Jerry Jones written all over it. But they've made some really nice moves this offseason. I mean, getting Jalen Thompson on the contract they did, 3 years, $33 million, going out and getting Kobe Durant, Darion Kendrick, they're really overmaking that secondary. A lot of people didn't like the Rashawn Gary trade. I like it because he doesn't really have any more guaranteed money after this year. And what it does at the very least is it allows for a high floor player to allow Donovan Ezraku do what he does best, which is good after the quarterback. Let's see if we can't Jake Ferguson on that seam shot. Nope. Dang it. Oh well, look at that. Mason, it's 3rd and 10. You got to remember, run the football. Running the football is like your meat and potatoes. You got to do it, even though you don't want to. Anyways, we'll go to good old fashioned mesh, get our fourth route tight end the football, a little first down conversion. But no, I mean the Cowboys. I mean it's a time for the fandom of I saw this tweet that really cracks me up, but it's like, how cursed are you as a Cowboys fan to where you're cursed of being a bandwagon fan, but if you're my age, I'm 24 years old. If you're 24 or less, they've never even been to the NFC Championship game, but you're treated like you're a Lakers fan that wins all the time. So I mean, it's a pretty cursed feeling to be a Cowboys fan. We always find a way to come up short, never make it in the playoffs. Even though we draft incredibly well, we have good football players on our team. We can never seem to make it happen. And I hope this year ends up being differently because, you know, I do think that the NFC East is as wide open as it's ever been, right? Because, I mean, the Commanders, I think that they're just stupid when it comes to roster building, overpaying for old players and not building your team through the draft like you should. And it's a lot of it's from the holdover of the Ron Rivera days of bad drafting, and then you get Dan Quinn and Adam Peterson there, and they luck out with Jaden Daniels as as good as he was coming in as a rookie, right? Oh shoot, we gotta lock in here. It's fourth down. Okay. Let's lock in here. We're going to get a little empty action here. 4x1 of the boundary. Looking at it, I mean, it should be Ferguson all day. We'll sit right under there. Yep, first down conversion. Ah, that's a touchdown in real life. Well, let's do the old-fashioned reliable here of the fake handoff. Flip it to Javonte Williams for a little tutty. Yep, thank you. Touchdown. That play's freaking broken in real life, and it's broken in Madden, but touchdown every time. But yeah, the Commanders are stupid when it comes to their roster building, because they always just go out and they sign old players when really what they should be doing is you know, oh, bad user on my part. I'm terrible playing defense. I was an offensive coach. Anyways, whatever. It's not like CJ Stroud can actually do anything in real life, but the Commanders. Let me remember my thought here. The Commanders. I just think they're terrible at roster building. They go out and they overpay for so many old vets that don't do anything, coming off a very fluky type of NFC Championship game appearance, and I don't. I'm just not high on them after what they pulled with it. To be honest with you, I just don't see them just being the upfront favorites in the conference until really you see them, in my opinion, do more with their roster building. And I know a lot of people are super high right now on the Giants, John Harbaugh coming in, which I am a little scared about that just because John Harbaugh is a really, really good football coach, and the Giants do have some really good talent on their roster. I mean, offensive line's better than you think it is. The defensive line's better than you think it is. If Jackson Dart is anything, if he turns anything into a more consistent player instead of just the flashy guy that he is, Malik Neighbors comes back healthy. They get Carnell Tate at the top of the round. Abdul Carter continues to develop. They could easily be a much harder out. But Dak Prescott, I'm always going to trust him against the Cowboys or against the Giants because I think he's like 19-3 as a starter against the Cowboys. It's not that high, but y'all know what I'm saying. But um, yeah, and then obviously there's the good old Eagles, who I don't think that they're capable of doing anything without a head coach as their offensive coordinator, right? The 2 years they've been good under the Sirianni era, they had Shane Steichen, head football coach of the Colts, and then they had Kellen Moore, now head coach of the Saints, who they won a Super Bowl with. And so I just think that this is honestly hot take of the century. Nick Sirianni, he's going to get fired after this year, and I think Jalen Hurts also is. This could be his last year as a starter for the Eagles because I just I don't see it for him long term. But with all that being said, I just think that if there's going to be a year where the Cowboys offseason moves for them to go all in underneath this current, regime of Dak Prescott led Cowboys, it's going to have to be this year because we kind of fell into the very weird era with Dak Prescott of, we were really riding high on our great wall of Dallas with Tony Romo as our starter, and then he goes down, and we kind of pivot to a new era of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. And that team kind of ended in 2020. And really, it should have been a period of, well, do we pay Dak Prescott or not? Do we just rebuild the whole thing? And then we kind of fall into our laps, our draft classes from 2020 to 2022, where we get Tyler Smith, Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and a lot of, good solid role players in the depth of the classes. And next thing you know, it's like, well, now we're revitalized and we're back to being in the playoff discussion, like we should be winning football games and all of the things. And so with that, now with CeeDee Lamb on a second contract, we trade Micah Parsons for 2 first-round picks. Tyler Smith's on a second contract. Ron Bland's on a second contract. Dak Prescott's about to have to get his 4th contract from us. It's kind of now or never with the way the cap's shaping up and, where the team's at. So I really look at this year as kind of the pivotal year for the Cowboys. Of are they going to be able to finally put it all together, or really there's going to be some conversations of, do we trade Dak Prescott? Do we not re-sign him? Do we move on from Brian Schottenheimer? I mean, because if Brian Schottenheimer can't at least get us to the conference championship game in year 2 with us internally promoting it with the same roster, retaining all this continuity, what was the point doing that in the first place? Just blow it up and rebuild. Because at the very least, we've proven that we can draft good football players, and it's not necessarily because of anything that Jerry Jones is doing. It has everything to do with, Will McClay. Sorry, I'm having to lock in here. It's 4 seconds left, little 2-minute drill action. Hit that seam ball to CeeDee Lamb. We're going to go risky here, try to get up 21 points. Y'all think I can get this throw in under 4 seconds? So if we got one high here, we got the middle hook player with Azeez Al-Shaair. I'm going to have to read it if it's either going to be Ferguson or Lamb. Lamb, thank you. tutty. Look at that. See? We'll cover 3 invert, throw the seam ball, 1 safety can't cover 2 seam routes. It's as simple as that. It's something you learn in high school really quickly, but it's also just, the universal rule in any sort of air raid, college, 4-vert scheme, 2-on-1 fast break in the middle. People have tried to do it consistently. You can't use cover 3 to cover 4 verts. Just can't. Anyways, we're gonna kind of audible this zone weak. I know it calls zone weak, but really what this is duo. What I'm trying to do is kind of combo the center and left guard up and then have the fullback come in. See, look, tight off the ass. Ooh, look, that's a nice crease inside of that right there. Easy and simple. It's a really good bread and butter play to run. It was one of my favorites as we taught the offensive line at SWASU how to do it, of where they thought they were just running inside zone, but really, with their combos, the way their aiming points were, we ended up running duo. Here again, I know this says this is the weak side and that's the loaded box, but you run it so that way you can push your combo and hey, look, if the crease opens, we have another 18-yard gash. So, anyways, but yeah, I mean, and so like, what did the Cowboys do in the NFL draft, right, to set this up, set them up for the best success? And I just think it's, there's no reaching at pick 12. A lot of people are mocking like freaking Dylan Thieneman right now at pick 12. And I like Dylan Thieneman. I think he's a incredibly good, athletic, versatile safety that can, play on all levels of your defense. But we just signed Jalen Thompson. We signed PJ Locke. We have Malik Hooker. We have Marquise Bell. There is no reason to force that at 12. For me at 12, is Sonny Styles somehow fall? Does Caleb Downs somehow fall? You don't force Keldrick Falk. Ooh, I shouldn't have thrown that. Ooh, get caught talking too much. But it's just, how does the board fall? Like, honestly, for me, if one of Francis Mauigoa, Spencer Fano, or Monroe Freeling are there at 12, I would prefer just taking a tackle over a bad defensive football player. But I mean, with the way the board's going to fall with Ruben Bain, David Bailey, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, someone's going to have to take Jeremiah Love, someone's going to have to take Caleb Downs. I think 2 of Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson go in the top 10. It's going to leave to where Mansour Delane might fall to us at 12. One of the tackles might fall to us at 12. And edge-wise, I mean, I don't want to go Keldrick Falk at 12. It's really kind of a crappy spot to be put in for us, if I'm being honest, just with the way that the board falls. Every time that I'm been mock drafting, I have to really talk myself out of trying to make the board fall how I want it to for the Cowboys. And I look at 12 as just kind of a prime trade down spot, to be honest with you. Like, I look at a team like the Lions who really need a tackle, a team, because I think the Lions, or I think the Rams at 13, whatever of those offensive tackles I just told you are still on the board, that's who they're going with, because what's his face, Robert Havenstein retired, they got a gaping hole there, and there's so many teams like the Lions that need a tackle, the Niners need a tackle, the Steelers could use one. Um, and I think that'd be a good little trade down spot for him. But at the same time, you want a premium player. My ultimate hope is that Mansour Delane falls to us at 12. I think there's a chance that it happens, but at 20, that's where, at the very least, with our first round picks, we got to trade down, right? Because we don't have a second round pick. We've got holes on the roster that we need to fill. And I think that at that point, I only have 15 first round grades on players in the class. So with that, I think at 20 you're just a primo spot where what you can do is go recoup some capital, get that second round pick. Hopefully there's a player that a team loves. Maybe somebody's trading up to go get Ty Simpson. We're sitting right in front of where that whole lottery could start with the Steelers and the Browns and all the things. And so it's just like, ooh, let's see, can I? Nope. Is one thing that every defense gets trained on from Little League is the PA rollout. But, it's just like, what happens at 20? And I think the Cowboys will be able to trade down. If they don't, and Sonny Styles isn't there at 12. I've seen it in the short that I posted on YouTube. I've talked about it and mock drafted it. Jake Galday out of Cincinnati, I think, would be the pick. He reminds me a lot of Leighton Vander Esch, and I really think that he would be a good fit inside of our 3-4 scheme. We're going to run with Christian Parker because of the way that he's going to mix and match 4-3, 3-4, be multiple. It's the exact kind of scheme he played with Cincinnati, and I think it would just be, a really good pick for us. But not talking about maybe the Cowboys in the offseason. Let's walk in and talk about this butt whooping we're giving the Texans. Because, I mean, the Texans, they like to act like they're the team in Texas, but everyone knows it's that team that puts a star on their helmet. 38-17, Dak Prescott, a little 16-26, 252, 4 tutties. Nothing like a good little stat boost for him in the sim. I think that's the one thing I would love in my life is if somehow Dak Prescott won an MVP. Because I used to be a Dak hater. I used to only, be a Tony Romo stand. But as I've grown, matured a little bit, I've come to really to appreciate Dak Prescott because he's one of the only guys that goes up and plays quarterback like this. He'll line up under center, he'll look at the box, he'll go, okay, I'm going to check into this little quick 3-step pass. And he's going to read the flow of the linebackers and make a nice little throw, and next thing you know, he puts the ball in a playmaker's hands to get to the end zone. Like, that's exactly what he does on NFL Sundays. He just goes and plays the position like a coach, and you gotta love it because there's not many guys that can be, cerebral and play the game at the level that he plays, and it's so fun to watch. I mean, the player that he was when he came out in 2016 and the player that he is now going into 2026 year 10 is a completely different type of player. Ooh, George Pickens, touchdown. Yes, sir. Well, 45-17 beat down, nothing too shabby. Kind of boost the stats here, but I'll kind of see you guys around playoff time, and we'll see where the team ends up. What's going on, guys? We're about, 2 games out of the playoffs here, and looking at the playoff picture for the 26-2027 season, you see some familiar faces. You got, for some reason, the Sim loves the Eagles. They're at the 1 seed. They got the Packers, the 2 seed. You got the Falcons. Man, I don't think I got to set it up in the Sim here, but if the Tua Tagovailoa led Atlanta Falcons are the 3 seed in the NFC playoffs, like I did last year after the Micah Parsons trade, I will shave my head because there's no way that's going to happen. I could see all 3 NFC North teams on here making the playoffs between the Vikings, the Lions, and the Packers. I think that'll be a division that goes all the way down to the wire. What's really surprising, though, is the Seahawks aren't on here. And I mean, that was kind of what I thought about their Super Bowl run. Is this their only shot? Because the way they set up their team, it was like the best, most talent they were going to have was right then and now. And I'm really happy they won the Super Bowl that way. But then you got the AFC side. You got Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things, great in the regular season. Can't seem to ever get the 1 seed to give himself the best shot. We got the Lamar Jackson, 2 first-round picks, richer Ravens. Jesse Minter led at the 1 seed. You got, the AFC West making their presence known, and we'll see kind of how this all shakes out. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is for the fun part, right? We get to upgrade our players, develop our rookies. And I mean, Sonny Styles, I think for whatever defense that he ends up on, he'll be a prime rookie, defensive rookie of the year candidate because I think his floor will easily be 110 plus tackles. He'll, depending on what scheme he ends up in. I mean, if he somehow fell to the Cowboys, I definitely think he would be in prime contention for defensive rookie of the year, star on the helmet, very popular market, great defensive tackles in front of him, good scheme to be in. But you know, I think that this is completely realistic for the type of impact he'll have. Is superstar development. He'll probably be a, let's see, what does this put him in? A round top 10 linebacker. I think after getting his feet wet, being in the league for a year, him cracking that rank of a top 10 linebacker is going to be very realistic type of player he is. Here we got our second round pick, Brandon Cisse. I think for some reason this gave him a superstar dev, but I mean, for his how good he is. I mean, he's 6 foot, 189. That's good size, good speed. He hasn't even played enough for us to even unlock his dev trait, but it's nice little upgrades here. I always kind of bounce back and forth when I upgrade players because you kind of want all the stats to hit right, and it's kind of like rolling the lottery of what are you going to hit that's going to make the overall go up. But we can maybe add a coaching philosophy and say that, oh well, they're learning and all the things. Here we got, good old Jennings Dunker holding down the blind side on the right. The blind side's the left side, the right side, but right tackles are going to be more important because what edge rushers are doing is they will then just flip flop, try to go to the weakest tackle, regardless if it's on the blind side or not. And so you really just got to have good tackles. But I always upgrade pass protector for tackles until they get to 80 plus. It's just kind of what I do. But we got Marvion Overshown, which he's been killing it in the sim. He's super athletic. His story sucks that he's had all those major knee injuries because he's really coming alive. He's, a homegrown kid from the University of Texas playing for the Cowboys, and I really hope he ends up having a really good impact for us because he really came on strong about a year ago, and then he blew up his knee, and then he was finding his feet in a horrible defensive scheme with Matt Eberflus this past year. Really hope that Christian Parker is able to get some good pieces around him and let him shine. But I think for the rest of these guys, we're just going to give a little good auto upgrade, and that should put our team. Let's look at the little lineup here. See what our overall is. I mean, this is a strong team. The Cowboys would get they're 86 overall. That's gonna probably be a top 10 team, which I think talent-wise is exactly what they are in the league. Let's kind of look at the stats. Dak Prescott is doing Dak Prescott things. A little 29 touchdowns, 7 pick ratio, 3,500 yards. Got 1,000 yard season from Javonte Williams. We've got receiving yards galore throughout the team. We've got these guys fighting it out for 1,000 yards. Got almost double-digit touchdowns as well. Jake Ferguson doing nice things. This is talking about over on defense. Look at him over on Overshown. He almost leads our team in sacks. He's second in sacks. Is he leading us in TFLs? He's up there. I mean, 5 TFLs. He's definitely leading us in tackles, 136. Leads the team in picks. What is this guy not doing? Sonny Styles having a great effect, 132 tackles, 9 TFLs as well. Quentin Williams leading us in sacks with 6 sacks. Looks like Rashawn Gary and Donovan Ezaraku are eating bonbons. Didn't come to rush the passer this offseason, but I mean, overall for a year one rebuild, we're sitting right. We're at the Cowboys. I mean, it's not even really a rebuild. We're just kind of doing what I think they should do this offseason to go all in. So we'll advance the week here and see if we're gonna finish strong against actual playoff competition or do what Cowboys do and choke. So we choked it there. It's 10-6, the playoff picture. Now we're the 7th seed, and it's kind of, well, are we gonna beat the Eagles here or not? Well, let's see what these boys do. To be honest with you, I'm not too hyped for it, but we'll see if they can manage to get in the playoffs or not. Magic ball, crystal ball, can they do it? Do they get an 11-win season? Would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? They get to, yeah. We'll craft the narrative here. They got to play the bench warmers to be able to make it to the playoffs. Now they do. They get to play the Eagles. Now we got the playoff bracket. Got Cowboys versus Eagles, 3-6 seed. Tua is, I guess, throwing for 9 million billion passing yards. Jordan Love leading the Packers to the 1 seed. Josh Allen somehow getting to the 1 seed. So it's a fun little playoff picture for the Cowboys here. And so, I mean, we'll go ahead and give them the best shot here. We'll upgrade their players, and we'll see if they can do it in a 1-year turnaround. Can they get past the wild card round? My bet is that they don't. Reverse psychology, right? You just got to bet against them. Divisional round of the playoffs against the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons going back against the Cowboys. Let's actually do a little. We'll do the play the moment, but we're actually gonna super sim and just we're gonna watch the good old deal simulate here and see what happens. We're gonna jump forward to the end of the game. We'll make the speed normal. And we'll just see how this game plays out. Nope. Nope, that is way too slow. We'll go fast. Well, it looks like so far it's a pretty one-sided affair here of Dak Prescott choking and the Cowboys not playing defense. I don't think this one's going well. Oh, classic Dak Prescott, garbage time in the divisional round, right? Now, nothing new here. Cowboys, they lose the divisional round and the streak extends for 31 years. But at least Brian Schottenheimer did something. They won in the wild card round, right? I don't think anybody's going to be too excited about that. Oh my God, look at those stats. Dak, what are we doing? 11 of 20? No. The fire Dak Prescott chants would be so loud after this game. Doesn't even look like we could run the football at all. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody showed up, and then on defense we didn't. We got one sack. Kenny Clark, revenge game, showed up against the Packers. Well, it all goes into the offseason here of how do we build this team to win a Super Bowl? Because this is going to be a 2-year rebuild, guys. I mean, the Cowboys, it's not like we're doing anything transformative here. We're realistically building how they already built, and they don't have just a bunch of crazy moves that are going to happen. It's just going to be, well, what moves can we make around the margins with their cap space to be able to get them in position to win a Super Bowl with player development and all the things. So we'll kind of jump forward here when we're doing negotiations for the offseason. Here's a little snapshot here of the yearly awards, how the Sim had it finished up. Looks like they got Matthew Stafford going back-to-back MVPs. Raheem Morris is fired, so this would be Kevin Stefanski winning Coach of the Year. Would that be 4-time Coach of the Year? Or 3-time after that? Because he's won it twice, I think, with the Browns, so that'd be pretty wild. Little Offensive Player of the Year action. They got Puka Nacua. Jared Verse looks like it's a Ram sweep show. Jeremiah Love wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Shocker. I think he's gonna be the head. Sports books are gonna go crazy about him. Defense. I don't see David Bailey having that effect coming out. I really think that it'll be a Sonny Styles Ruben Bain show, which doesn't even look like Ruben Bain on this sim cracked the top 10, but I think easily those are going to be the two players with Caleb Downs in the mix as well as the top 3 for that. And got the rest of your awards here, but we'll go ahead and kind of move it forward. We got a Bengals Green Bay Super Bowl. Well, that is a small market battle of the century. Title town versus a team that's never won one. Well, let's see. Does Joe Burrow get his first Super Bowl in this make-believe universe? No, Green Bay smacked them like they smacked us. But yeah, that's kind of your snapshot here of the season. And now we're here at the off season, and we'll kind of see what we can do with the Cowboys. Here we are a year later, big decision time. George Pickens, franchise tagged him last year. Going to be on the open market here with the restructures, the way that we've kind of massaged the cap. We've got some cap space to be able to re-sign him. And I mean, I think that easily his, value is going to be right at about 32 million a year. And I think with the way that we've got the salary cap table broken down, we could give him about a 3-year deal, a little above. Let's see if he goes for that. Offer's good. Obviously, you don't really want to build your team that way, but um, we got good offensive linemen on young rookie cost control contracts. We're going to see Tyler Guyton continue to develop. 19 million for a starting left tackle is not bad at all. The man of the year, DeMarvion Overshone, he's developed into a starting will. That going rate is always around 10 million a year, so we'll see if we can cheat it a little bit, give him a little 3-year deal, a little under market rate, so he can hit the market in his prime again at 28. Accepts it, good little deal. There's Otita Ogbadia. There's no way I'm giving him 10 mil a year. One of Jerry Jones' worst trades ever. 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo. No, thank you. Tyler Sweet. No, thank you. Lee Cooker. We're gonna move on here. 31 years old. No, thank you. Brevin Spanford is a really fan favorite. If they didn't make tight ends so expensive, I would look at it and go for it. But Brian Anker as well. Reduction or the regression, 38 years old. I think we're going to move on from there. So, with all that being said, we'll actually go to live free agency with a little bit of money to play with, and let's see who they have just sitting out here for us to maybe throw our money at. Tyreek Hill, nah, man, fortunately his career might seriously be over. Joey Bosa, that's intriguing, but he's not actually 85 overall, guys. I still think he's actually unsigned right now in the league, and he's probably a very dissenting player. But he's always somebody that I look back on for the Cowboys because that 2016 draft with Zeke Elliott during the mock draft season, most people didn't think that the Chargers were going to draft him because of a poor scheme fit, and he was actually somebody that 15-year-old me, I wanted the Cowboys to draft Joey Bosa. So obviously it worked out with Zeke Elliott, but what could have been, right? Looks like we got a bunch of oldies that, aren't worth us spending our money. I think we just need to save it to retain our guys. What I am going to do is go find a punter that would make sense for us. Let's see. Who? Oh, Ryan Eckley. Are you the punt god? Why not? We'll give you a big fat deal. Yeah, yeah, we need to maybe look at a safety little replacement for Malik Hooker. Ronnie Hickman's sitting here. He's young. He wouldn't cost a lot. Jordan Howden, Isaiah Simmons. Now they have it free safety. Is he a linebacker? Is he an edge rusher? Is he safety? Brent Venables didn't know. The NFL didn't know. I don't even think Isaiah Simmons knows. Safety here as well. That might be a position that we look at drafting. I honestly, Donovan Ezra probably isn't developing inside of here that I would like. So I think edge rusher's a place that we look at with the 20th overall pick. Try to improve this sucker as well. Devontae Wyatt's here. That would be attractive to me to maybe look at getting in that market. But do we really need another interior defensive tackle with Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark? Don't think so. I think edge slash maybe a good pass rushing defensive tackle that fits the 3-4 scheme we're in would work. So I don't really think there's much else to do here in free agency other than kind of just moving on to the draft. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just jump right in here into the 2027 NFL draft. And I mean, I always have a good idea of what player position fit need that we're going to need to go into for. But I mean, looking at the big board for you guys to know, 2027 draft class, the big ones are the 3 wide receivers of Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman, and then Ryan Williams. All going to be first round, I think, top 15 players. They're Cam Coleman and Jeremiah Smith for sure. Ryan Williams was kind of scary last year. He didn't really live up to his freshman billing, but maybe he could find his form again going into year 3, ascending player. Got Julian Sayin, Lenore Sellers, Arch Manning, Sam Levitt. Those are going to kind of be your big 4 in the quarterbacks to look at. We'll see what DJ Lagway does now, and I just don't think that he's going to end up being anything. He was highly touted, but I don't think he'll end up being anything. Nate Frazier out of Georgia, incredible running back. Keep your eyes out on him. And then obviously we got Colin Simmons, edge rusher out of Texas. David Stone, guys, Oklahoma fan. Dude is the lifeblood of our defense, man. He is a freak of nature. There's a defensive tackle that I really like. I think I can't remember what his name is in real life, but I don't think he's in this draft class. But maybe I'll post it up. Maybe I'll just wait till we do draft coverage for 2027 to tell you guys who he is. But we'll go ahead and just jump into this draft here. We'll skip ahead to our pick. We're sitting all the way because of how good the Packers were. We have the last pick in the first round. We'll see how the board fell for us. Oh, we could draft Arch Manning, replace Dak Prescott, get our quarterback of the future. But no, we're not going to do that. Safety, KJ Bolden. I guess we didn't replace free safety, did we? We talked about going edge. Is there an edge here that Coy Parrish? Ooh. That dude is a good football player. I mean, that's who we're going to go here. Let's see. Yep, I was validated. 22 out of 32, Coy Parrish. And I mean, the guys out of Minnesota, he is really reminds me a lot of Dylan Thieneman out of this draft class here in 2026. He can play zone and man. He's big enough to cover out on tight ends. Sticks his nose in the box. Speed might be a little bit of a concern, but he's a good, solid player. He'll fit in well for us. And I think I had to trade a lot of our mid-round picks to be able to get the players that we needed, like the Rashawn Gary, Jalen Thompsons of the world. But I think our second round pick's in the Jets trade anyway, so we still have this third round pick and fourth round pick here. Oh, this draft class has a duplicate Monroe Freeling going in the fourth round. That's hilarious. Let's see who catches our eye here. We got Keanu Tanuvesa out of BYU. C's all over the board. Let's look here. Let's see what the War Room player grade model would do for us here. His strength. He's not crazy athletic. Doesn't look like the college production is there. Nah, I'm not feeling it, to be honest with you. We don't need corner. We don't need receiver. Don't need tackle. Don't need running back. Don't need safety. We need defensive line, defensive line, defensive line. And these are all big nose tackles that can't move and edge rushers that probably can't replace anybody on our team. Well, let's look at some of these edge rushers. Sees here. We got a 6'4". Nope. No, thank you. No, thank you. He's young. 275, 6'4". Solid athleticism. We're going to go him. We'll see what happens. Nope. Draft bust. Terrible pick. Don't listen to me. Good thing we've got a fourth round pick loaded right back up. And it looks like our guy, Tuna Vase, is still there. Jamari Lyons. Ooh. Power moves. Ooh. Oh, he's got good speed. Yep, this is the pick. Come on, this one's got to be good. Yep, 73, 106. You can always tell. Only normal. I would have liked that to be a little stronger. Fifth round. We'll just go BPA here. I don't really think that there's much else to do of trying to fit a need. We'll see how the board fell. Looks like there's just a ton of receivers. Hey, another duplicate player. Isaiah Satania, I think, is a better player in real life. He's a lot faster. Isaiah Horton with that helmet catch in the playoff game broke my soul, unfortunately. Or no, I think that was actually Jeremy Bernard. Either way, broke my soul watching that live. We use some depth at Mike. We could use some depth at guard. We already drafted defensive tackle, edge. We could use some depth at centers now. Ooh, Kostin Cooley, little triple C. He's got good ratings, man. I think I'm just gonna pick him, and his value is right about where we're picking here in the fifth round. So we'll go ahead and send the rest of it, and I'll meet you guys at the draft recap. Yes, I mean, nothing too groundbreaking or shabby here. I mean, we got Koi Parrish out here. He's going to go in and provide another youth element to the safety room. First round pick, the bottom. I mean, 76 overall, hidden dev. We'll go ahead and look and see what that dev trait is just for us. See if we did a good job. Superstar dev. That's pretty nicey. And then, yeah, the rest of these guys, normal dev, solid depth pieces, 70, 71 overall, 67 overall. Nothing too crazy to write home about, really. It's just going to be all about that internal development, maybe some better sim luck for year two for the Cowboys. Yeah, so I mean, we'll just kind of go ahead and sim this little preseason here, and we'll get to kind of week one, look at the schedule, maybe make a little bit of a prediction of what we think the record will be based off the roster and kind of where things are going. Yeah, so I mean, this is year two, final year. We got to try to win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys here. Do we think it's going to happen? Probably not, but part of me always is kind of root, hope, and cheer for it. But I mean, I just think this is realistically how the Cowboys are going to go. Is they're going to go all in for next for 2026, and if they do Cowboys Classic Faction, lose the divisional round, I mean, this is just going to be like, well, 2026 is going to be the least talented version of that team. Because one, do we know if George Pickens is really going to get signed? I don't know that for sure. I hope so. I hope that it happens, but we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we get some sim god luck. But we'll look at the lineup here. For the lineup for the Cowboys, we've got, Dak Prescott now. George Pickens has regressed and only has superstar dev. We got CeeDee Lamb. We got Jeremy Bernard. We got some, Torrey Horton somehow showed up on our team. I guess he was a free agent, but WS. We'll go ahead and just do a little generate best lineup, hope for the best sim luck possible. But I mean, it's a strong roster, 88 overall, 89 offense, 87 defense. Realistic for what this team is probably going to do. But we got the Tyler offensive line looking nice. He looks like Tyler Booker actually developed into a superstar dev. That's pretty nice to see. Hopefully that means this offense will be the best offense in the league. Over on the defensive side, we still got Quinnen Williams holding down the fort and Kenny Clark. We got Teron Bland, Brandon Cisse, Kobe Durant, Jalen Thompson. Sonny Styles now has an X factor. Hopefully he shows up all over our defense, and hopefully Donovan Ezraku and Rayshon Gary actually do something. We're going to make sure our rookie first rounder here, Coy Parrish, is starting. Over on special teams, you know the deal. Specialists, this is where the fun parts come into play. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play Coy Parrish as my slot corner. So then that way what happens is PJ Locke will slide over and be the starting free safety inside of that when that happens. So also another hack, if y'all didn't know, you put your best rushing defensive tackle as the second rushing defensive tackle, because what it does is it lines them up, instead of being a one shade, it lines them up in a three, the best spot to rush the passer as a defensive tackle interior wise. So Quinnen Williams will be our rushing defensive tackle number 2. Got our edge rushers lined up. Slot wideout is not going to be George Pickens. We already know what that's going to be. It is going to be our main man, CeeDee Lamb. He eats feasts in the slot. That is his bread and butter. I'm on a depth chart. I always do that. I was on the roster and you go to the depth chart. There we go. Little slot whiteout action. Little CeeDee Lamb. I guess Tyquan Thornton and Torrey Horton ended up. Hey, if they're free agent wideouts, they want to join the team. I'm not gonna be too mad about it. But we'll have CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, sure. We'll have Tyquan Thornton as our backup safety. But yeah, now all eyes are on how do we think we're gonna do in the sim. So let's look at the team schedule and let's just go line by line here and think, what would happen. I think, I'm going to go win, 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 loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, win, loss, loss, win. See what happens. I would put it at like 11-win season. We'll see what happens in the sim. But I'll catch you guys kind of the midway point of the season. Holy cow, guys, this might be a sign of the apocalypse. The Cowboys are 9-2 right now. That is insane. Let's take a little. Is the playoff picture not showing yet? Here, we'll go ahead and send this past our bye, and then I think it'll actually show up. But 9-2 going into the bye in week 13. We just beat the Eagles, put ourselves at 10-2. We're the 1 seed. Are the sim gods finally giving us some luck here, which is actually kind of insane. I don't know why we're at 10-2 because I don't really think that our team is anything insane. And is that what is this sim? Just that way you guys see this. It's the same schemes from last year. We got the West Coast Zone run, the disguise 3-4. Brian Schottenheimer, Mike Vrabel, because I think it's the closest thing to what Christian Parker's going to run. And magically, our defense is now the number 1 defense in the league. No clue how that happened. So I guess look at some stats here. We got Dak Prescott being the best quarterback in football, 27-2. Are you kidding me? That offensive line, we're feeding Javonte Williams, Eaton, give me that, all right. We got CeeDee Lamb already at 1,000 receiving yards. What? What is Torrey Horton doing right now? George Pickens is going absolutely ballistic, which I'm not trying to dog on Torrey Horton. I think in real life he's a good player. It's just that I didn't even sign him. The simp did, just because he was sitting there being a free agent. Go over to the defense. Sonny Styles is going apeshit with 98 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 3 picks. But this man, where were you last year? I think you just now have more sacks than you have in your entire career. I'm telling you guys, I think it's because I forgot to do what I did last year. That hack, if y'all didn't know it, make your best defensive tackle your rushing defensive tackle too, because it lines them up as a 3 tech in nickel passing situations, which in real life, it's where you want your best rushing defensive tackle. That's what we did with Quinn Williams. And I mean, look, now the entire defensive line's going crazy. We got any more picks? Kobe Durant, Sonny, yeah. Deron Bland will probably never have his 6 pick sixes again, but that would have been nice. But I now see why our team's winning games is because our defense is playing good, like our offense is. Yearly awards, where we at in the race? Yes, come on, Dak Prescott, bring the award home. Well, guys, I'll catch y'all at the last game of the regular season, and we'll see where we're at. Well, y'all, this must be 1991 all over again. Almost, close to getting to 40 years in this sim. 2027, only 4 years away from 40 years. We got the Cowboys and the Bills, the 1 seed, going to the divisional round. And I mean, isn't that crazy? The Dallas Cowboys in this sim got a first round bye. They went 14-3 with pretty much the exact same roster, but maybe just continuity of building, adding in young talent here and there, growing and getting better. That first round class developing to be in year 2 could have this kind of effect on a team. And so, I mean, now I got the Cowboys sitting here at the 1 seed. They're going against a team that terrifies me in the Cardinals. I guess somehow the Jacoby Brissett led Cardinals are going crazy. I bet they actually have Julian Sayin here. When we jump into the key of the moments here, we'll go see who they're rocking with. But I mean, this is just wouldn't have expected this, but I'm excited that we're going to get to dive into this and see if we can see if the Cowboys can win a Super Bowl in Madden. So what we'll do here, so that way this isn't just me, making sure the Cowboys actually win, is I'm going to sim it to the fourth quarter, and if it's close, I'll hop in. If it's not, I'm just going to let it ride. But here we go. We'll click a little play the moment here. But I mean, 90 to 86 overall, you got to like our chances, right? That our team's developed the way that it has. And I mean, Dak Prescott playing the MVP level, Rashawn Gary having like 19 and a half sacks, just being an absolute monster. I mean, you got to like that, right? But, oh, come on, let me play the full game so that way I can just compare the rosters. Oh, it's a little 4th and 5 action, but yeah. Oh, they got Arch Manning. That's who they got. But yeah, I kind of wanted to see a little bit of who they got on this roster here for the Cardinals to be able to do this. They got Arch Manning. They went out and got Zach Charbonnet. All right, is Marvin Harrison Jr. developed? Michael Wilson. Ooh, Jordan Tyson. That's a fun little one with Trey McBride as well. Paris Johnson's coming along. They went and got Joel Petonia's old butt. Hjalte Froholt still holding down the fort. Dylan Parham sucks. Looks like they went and got Cage Gacy as well. So, I mean, not bad. David Bailey's a freak, I guess, in this. I must have meant Jordan Tyson fell all the way to the second round. I don't think that's going to happen. Walter Nolan. Oh, David Stone. Oh, no wonder. And then corner Will Johnson, Greedy Garrett Williams. Okay, yeah, no wonder this team is definitely a playoff team if their team gets built out that way, which all hinges on if Arch Manning is Arch Manning if they want 2027. But that makes sense. I mean, yeah, we'll let this sucker kind of just sim out here. Jump forward to the end of the game. And let's see if the Dallas Cowboys can overcome their demons and make a conference championship game for the first time in team history. And it looks like it's going to happen. I mean, 24-3. It looks like they're just dominant. Oh, we owned this game, 34-10. Well, would you look at that? The Cowboys end their 38-year streak by getting to the conference championship game, winning 41-10. So it's something I've never seen in my lifetime is a conference championship game with Cowboys in it. So pretty exciting stuff here for the Cowboys. It looks like that maybe the vision that they have in real life, if Madden's anything, could actually turn out to come to fruition and be realistic for them. And so yeah, I just really do think that in real life, the 3-4 scheme is going to have a transformative effect on the defense. I think Dak Prescott and Brian Schottenheimer are only going to get better as the years go on. But now this would be the conference championship game that I think the NFL would dream of, the two largest markets, the LA Rams versus the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll do the same old here is we'll do a little play the moment action on this, and we'll see we'll only jump in occasionally to where if it's actually truly pivotal, if it's just like, hey, start a drive, we won't do it. But yeah, we'll let the sim ride that out. Oh, nice 3 and out. Ooh, do we get a little pick 6 there? Third down alert. 3rd and 6 on 38. I think this is a pivotal one for us to hop in for. So what would my call be here? Looking at this little 3x1 to the boundary, little wide drag action. Got the dig, 10 yards passed. Looks like alerting it with Dak Prescott. Landman's going to blitz. We got the deep safety going to blitz. So we're looking at CD, Lamb, Ferguson to Williams. Let's see here. Oh, CD, Tutty. What? Oh, come on. Well, if you don't risk it for the biscuit, what are we doing here, right? I mean, conference championship game, first one in 30 years, and you're not going to go for it? Come on. We'll do the little double slants quick action. It's always my go-to. Oh, well, would you look at that? I risked it for the biscuit. They blitzed, and CeeDee Lamb drops the pass. Well, we'll go back. We'll go back and hop in this sim here, and we'll see if that's going to come back and bite me in the ass. And yeah, the defense needs to help now in the red zone, which I'm not going to play this one out. I'm going to let the sim punish me for risking it for the biscuit. Our defense holds. Would you look at that? And the defense needs some help again. Does it hold again? Nope. 2-minute drill. Let's go get a field goal out of this. We'll make up for my disaster. So work the 2-minute operation. We got 2 timeouts. Minute 29 left. We'll go bench. We'll look at Pickens to Lamb here. Pickens wide open. Thank you. Go get that little first down. 11 yards out of bounds. All right. Now we're in motion. Clicking QB draw here. Really, I wanted the empty formation because I wanted to be able to kind of move these routes how I want to. So we'll go a little hitch here for him. Can I move this to a slot fade? Doesn't look like I can. Oh, nope, I can. We'll go slot fade for him. And yeah, this should be good. Oh, they left that wide open. We'll take that all day. Get out of bounds. Little 5-yard action. Nothing too shabby. We'll go levels here. A little levels concept. I don't love it. We'll do that. We'll run a clear out route here with Ferguson. It should leave up Horton to Pickens to Williams, but if they glitch out, nope, that clear out route worked. You got Pickens over the middle. Go up in the hurry mode here. I like shock option here. Again, it's that little slot fade concept. Got Ferguson over the middle. We'll stress that safety. Ferguson should be there. Oh, I can't do that, Mason. You cannot take a sack, and that is exactly what you just did. Well, we'll go 4 verts. Nothing wrong with a little 4 vertage. Until you about throw an interception and nobody's open, so. 2-minute drill's blown up in my face here. It's now 3rd and 19. So what are we going to do? We are obviously going to go 2 tight ends and just try to pick up yardage to let Brandon Aubrey kick a field goal, which is what we do. We get to 4th and 9. This is Brandon Aubrey field goal range. Line up, we'll 58 yards. We'll wind down this clock and kick the field goal and make it a little 10-7 at half, which obviously you would want to work the clock better here and whittle the time all the way down, but yeah, I'll wait. I won't screw this up, which I'm probably going to screw this up anyways because I'm terrible at, kicking field goals, but we'll see if I F it up. Nope. I'm clutch. Helps that you have the best kicker in the game with Brandon Aubrey, and in the league, really. I think Cam Little gave his run for his money with the Jaguars, some of the stuff that he did, but I'm still going to say Brandon Aubrey, best kicker in the league. Ooh, it's a 3rd down. Yeah, this is a big play. 3rd and 4. Yeah, we'll go cover 3 match. Try to overload the line. We'll press coverage 2 as well. I'm going to predict that it's a pass. I'm not going to try to user because my user's retarded. We'll just see if I can make something. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank God. I'm terrible at defense, y'all. I'm awful. And of course, defense lets it up in the sim. It's 15-10. Yes, our offense came through. 3rd down in the 4th quarter, guys. I'm going to take over here just to make sure that we get this, which I say make sure that we get this. I have been stupid with some of my play. Why am I need something different here. Mesh, whips, double slants, bench. No. None of this is. We'll go inside cross. This is what I think it is. 3x1. Tight into the field. Everything else overload the boundary. This should be clean. Thank you for that pick. Torrey Horton wide open. Tack the space. Get him out of bounds. And we'll let the sim kind of run. Oh, well, it looks like we turned the football over. So It's 18-18. Hey, photo finish. Dak Prescott in the clutch. He's going to overcome, the demons of his football career. Let's lead down a game-winning drive to kick a field goal and let Brandon Aubrey do his thing. So we'll run ISO. We'll let our interior guards do the work here. Line back up under center. Now we're going to let them pay for it. Let them think we're trying to run. Burn that clock again. Go with a little slide action. Oh, no, Mason. Do not throw that football again. That should have been picked six to the city. Oh, my God. That was a terrible throw. Don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm doing. See, this is why I'm a failed football coach turned, content creator now. I make dumb throws all the time. Torrey Horton wide open, vacated the middle in the space. Thank you. Safety rotated down. Easy throw every single time. Stick again. Hey, look, what do we see up at the top? We see a one safety, and the zone's going to convert, and we'll take our little 10 yardage every single time. Do we have any timeouts? Yeah, we have all 3 timeouts. I'll take a timeout there. Make sure that we aren't stupid, and now we'll just run this clock out. We're not going to put the ball in the air to let myself throw an interception. We'll try to make them use their timeouts, and we'll be good here. Oh, they're not going to call their timeouts. Well, I don't want the Excel clock to bone me, so I'm going to call a timeout here. And we'll call inside zone again, because what play is better in football than inside zone? It's your guaranteed 4 yards and a cloud of dust every single time. Don't fumble it. Thank you. All right. Let's kick this game-winning field goal. Let's see if okay, good. They're not doing the thing. Oh, no, they are. They're gonna ice me. So this is dangerous because it's about to do the thing where I think it zooms in and shakes it up, which I'm terrible at this. Oh. This is iced. Did I make it? I made it. Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, baby. Oh my gosh. It's gotta feel nice. I mean, Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime, probably. Jerry Jones, till you die, will never win anything. But it's always nice to get that little bit of fleeting joy if you convince yourself that this is a realistic sim and that we might actually, make the Super Bowl in 2 years from now. And so we'll see who we draw in the Super Bowl matchup. But shout out the sim gods for making our team as good as it was, because I don't know if I believe that the roster we've built is a 14-3 roster, but it's definitely strong. I would definitely say that there's not just a lot of holes. I think edge rusher could be stronger. I think left tackle's a really big area of weakness, but we rebuilt the secondary and free agency. I mean, Jalen Thompson, Kobe Durant are really good, secondary players the Cowboys got in free agency, and we go get Coy Parrish, and Sonny Styles falls to us at 12, and I mean, just like that, the defense is kind of fixed. But let's check these yearly awards out, and look, Dak Prescott, if this is what happens in real life, to where 2 years from now, last year of his contract, he wins MVP, leads them to Super Bowl, and he wins Super Bowl MVP. If I'm him, I would just retire and never play again, because he would just go down in legend for the Cowboys forever. But of course, we're Coach of the Year if we're freaking, doing what we're doing here. But CeeDee Lamb gets Offensive Player of the Year. You gotta love it. Really? Rashawn Gary with his 19 sacks didn't do it? That's kind of dumb. Best QB, do we get a clean sweep? No. We do get best wideout? No. Best D lineman? No. Sonny Styles? No. Aw, dang. Brandon Aubrey? No. Well, let's see how the stats checked out, officially. So MVP winning year for that elite touchdown interception ratio. That is nice. I guess 18 receiving touchdowns with 1,400 yards will get you Offensive Player of the Year. Defensively, yeah, I mean, Sonny Styles, what a snub, right? 139 tackles, 3 picks. But I guess this is why Rashawn Gary did not end up getting DPOY or best D lineman, is because we had other double-digit sack guys in Quentin Williams and Donovan Ezraku. I'm telling you, that rushing defensive tackle hack, you guys got to try it out in your Madden rebuilds, because it is nicey. Well, make sure our players are all upgraded for the Super Bowl and nobody regressed too hard, because that's always the annoying thing, is this is when out of nowhere people will regress and their overalls will go way down just because for some reason inside of the sim this is the new league year, even though you still got the Super Bowl to play. So we'll look at our lineup real quick and see if there's anything that just looks terrible. And no, Dak Prescott MVP still got his X factor. CeeDee Lamb still has his X factor. George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, I guess, is a superstar now, which you and I both know that ain't the truth. Defensively, Quentin Williams has lost his X factor, which is pretty not cool or cash money at all. It's pretty homosexual, if you ask me. Coy Parrott, somehow a superstar. I guess he must have had that as a rookie. So Sonny Styles is our only X factor on defense. Let's hope that Quentin Williams still has the same effect in the Super Bowl, last game of the sim, without it. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the same thing. We'll go in here and hop the moments for the Broncos, 90 to 85 overall. I feel pretty strong about our roster. I don't think that the Broncos in real life, that their roster on offense has been anything crazy. Jalen Waddle, I think, is a big trade for them. You know, because I think receiver was their weakest position by far on offense for sure. And I think Bo Nix is, your perfectly average starting quarterback. I think if there's a bar of NFL quarterbacks that can win you a Super Bowl and you put them on a ranking tier list, Bo Nix would be at the very bottom of it, to where the second he doesn't have Sean Payton as a head coach, he goes off that list. But he obviously is their best quarterback they've had since Peyton Manning, and I think it's working for him. But 3rd and 1 here. Let's start this Super Bowl off with the Cowboys getting some points. Really, you know what? I wanna play offense. I want to win this Super Bowl for you guys. And I also like to talk through plays. So right now, 3rd and 1, we called zone weak. I'm going to go to flanker spot here because, again, with the inside-outside to the left side here to the field with the corners, this is going to leave George Pickens just wide open. We'll throw that. Quick 5-yard gain, 1st down conversion. So play out offense here on this drive because it's like, how would I call the play if I was actually the play caller? And here, 1st down, we're going to call a little run game action, get the run going. ISO, again, how it's going to work is the left tackle, left guard, they're going to kick out the edge and defense tackle, and the nose tackles can get reached by the center, and we're going to cut it back off the right guard and have a nice little 10-yard gain. Because that's exactly what you do with ISO, with the one way that where the linemen's asses are going for the running back, you're tied off their asses the opposite way. 1st and 10, we'll line up like this, get a little bit of this. I look at spacing, and in real life that'd be a good call to make here, but I'm still going to go for it. But I think the actual spacing in the game's not going to be there. Nope, Ferguson, that's enough to get a little 3-yard gain. We'll take that on 1st down. You want to live in the 3-4-yard world on the early downs. My favorite little play here, get a little verts. We'll look to Ferguson to Lamb. Lamb, we'll thread that. Thank you. And that's a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. We always want to live with those. All right, they've got their 1 touchdown for me. We will let the sim play out the rest of this bowl. I'm going to imagine that Bo Nix is going to choke and not do much, and that Dak Prescott is going to feast. Instead, it's a 10-6 nothing burger right now. 10-9. Ooh, okay, we're going to hop in here because I think we all want this to happen. We want the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl at this point. If you're watching this video, consider liking and subscribing. This is more of our, lower, unserious, late night content on the channel. But I mean, for me being a diehard Cowboys fan and somehow Liam Carr being a diehard Packers fan, we somehow find a way to agree on football topics inside of the War Room. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in for this. About a year ago, if you told me that we would have a legitimate football YouTube channel with an audience of people watching, I wouldn't have believed it. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us, because we just want to, a forum for, people like ourselves in the middle of Oklahoma that, don't really get to contribute to the football conversation and provide a platform for people to do so. Because I think that, with where I was at, coaching and everything, and being inside of, how people look at the game, I think a lot of people that are maybe on the outside looking in, you're a lot closer to how you see it, of how people talk about it inside of these rooms. And so that's what I wanted to provide this platform for. And I think that there's so many people out there that are building Madden rebuilds. I want to see, like, well, how would this look? And so let's get these Cowboys their Super Bowl win, because I think they deserve it. So we'll go a little play action deep cross, get it out to George Pickens here. I always call mesh in the low red. really you'd want this flipped to where this is going to the boundary. That would be the way that you would want to call it. So we'll go ahead and do that. And in real life, you always look at the running back and make your options through. But the running back's never open in Madden, but this always is. Little Michael Trigg, we'll get the little 6-yard gain. Do we do my broken play of halfback sprint? No, we'll line up in strong power out of the pistol here. And then do a little slant. We'll look CD Lamb to Pickens, and Pickens should be wide open here. Yep, thank you. Possession catch, that's a tutty. Alright, more options, custom, play full game. We're going to go for 2 here. There's no reason not to. And let us see if we're going to choke or if I can get us a field goal lead. Yep, Ferguson, thank you. Attack the intermediate space of the field. The little drag route for Jake Ferguson is right there. So we'll gamble a little bit. We'll play offense only. We'll see if the sim lets them score. And it does. 58 seconds left. Hey, we're reliving the conference championship game. Does Dak Prescott come up to the moment? We got to score a touchdown. All 3 timeouts. He's got to work the field. With all 3 timeouts, I'm going to run my favorite little run play. Run a little ISO. Thank you. Give me that little 9 yards. We'll hurry it up. We'll go a little 4 vertage. CD should be there. Right over the middle. Yep. Thank you. Ooh. RPO read bubble. No. We'll spam 4 verts until it ain't working no mo. I don't like anything that's there, but we'll just safely kind of throw it away. 8 seconds left. I let too much time go off the clock there, didn't I? Well, the seam ball, the Fergie dog. Nope. CD. Flag. PI. Ha 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 ha. Thank you very much. Come on, Cowboys. Come on, league. Cheat for us. Let us get our 7th Super Bowl here. Well, this is a photo finish, guys. 5 seconds left. We're down by 4. Depending on what I do, we're going to, win a Super Bowl or not. So, we'll see. Oh, shit. Ooh. I swear this feels like it's scripted, guys. I promise it's not. Oh, shit. This just became so serious. 1 second left. We are down by 4. I've been busy trying to be a content man for you guys, and I've got to now try to lock in and see if we're gonna even do this or not. So we'll get CD going on a slant too. We'll have him kind of just gonna clear out, and we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, thank you. Holy cow, wish you look at that. Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I don't know, that became a lot more dramatic than I thought it was gonna be, guys. Seriously, I got caught not looking at what I was doing, and next thing I know, we're running out of time, and I'm having to manufacture some shit. But guys, there you go. I mean, Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl, and I mean, I think that it's not out of the realm of possibility for them to eventually do it. I've never seen it in my lifetime. I always go back to 2014, the Dez catch. I think that Dez caught it. Argue with the wall. 2016, the ghost of Aaron Rodgers still haunts me. And then I just don't think that we've had the team around Dak Prescott to ever be serious about being a contender. We can say what we want about, the Mike McCarthy teams. I think it just shows that even though how talented our teams were, there were some major flaws of how hard we were exposed each one of those years with the Mike McCarthy offense, and then Dan Quinn wanting to be the Commanders coach, giving up 50 to the Packers. And so I hope that, in the next couple years that we can seriously be contenders again, but I think the path is building through the draft, which is what we've consistently done, which is why I'm still a fan of the Micah Parsons trade, because we've got the draft capital to be able to do that. Our free agency signings, the coaching moves that we made, it's given me a lot of hope, and I think as Cowboys fans that we can really believe in the team that we're building. So y'all drop a comment down below what team you'd like to see me rebuild next. I'm going to continue to probably maybe do these about once every other week when I got the time to record and stream. But also, if y'all would prefer me live streaming something like this where we can make this more of a late night hangout sesh, y'all let me know. But I appreciate you guys, everything you've done to support the channel. It's been really, important to me as I've kind of move forward in my life and kind of where I'm going and what I want to do. This is going to be something that's going to remain a part of it as long as you guys want to hang out. So I appreciate it. If y'all haven't yet, go check out the full 2026 NFL draft cycle. That's kind of the big thing that we're doing on the channel right now, and it'd be cool to get some viewership on that. So anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next piece of content and episode on the channel. It's probably, I think, going to be NFL draft related, but appreciate it, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.